What's up guys, and welcome to another video, and I'm back after my holiday. And I'm going to start off with a rune crafting video. So I've been saving up a bunch of materials, like while I was overseas. I did some farming, here and there, and just saved up those materials for this for my next crafting video. There's quite a few crafts that I'll be doing, so I'll see how we go with time. And if it goes too long, I might just separate it into two parts. So one for crafting and one for upgrading the runes. But we'll see. So let's start off. I've got a bunch of swift runes I can do. I will need some of these symbol of harmony for the violent runes. So I'll do like a bunch of these, and then I'll switch to violent afterwards. So this is the rune that you can get for the giant, the runes that drop from giants. And I always say to craft, when people ask in guild and stuff whether which giant rune they should craft, I always say swift, because I think it's the most universal type of rune that you can use. Like you can use a bit unfortunate, it's a 6-star, but not very good. You can use both the attacker type runes and the support type runes. It's very flexible set. You can use on attackers and support units. So I think it's pretty good to craft swift for that reason. Now this one, it's got pretty good efficient rolls everywhere. I think I'll just keep this because it can go like multiple times in crit rate. It's got a max crit rate roll and a max HP roll, so it's got a bit of potential. Like at worst, maybe it could be a raid rune, because even though there's no speed on it, I could potentially put I could probably enchant speed on one of the slots depending on where the upgrades go into. So we'll keep this one. Okay, no speed on this and no like crit rate. Pretty much crit rate and speed are the things that you want to be targeting the most for substats, but maybe not for such a low roll here. It's a purple rune, but it's a 5-star with a minimum speed roll, so to me that's not good enough. If you don't have really good swift runes, then you might keep something like that though. I don't want to keep a 5-star rune for slot 6 anyway. Okay, this is a bad rune obviously. It's a flat stat and no speed. These runes aren't turning out very well this time so far. Haven't kept. Oh, I kept one, which it wasn't even like a slam dunk sort of keep. This is pretty rubbish. Nah, not with attack slot 4, and also 5-star. See, with the 2, 4, and 6, usually I would try to keep only 6 stars. Like from now on, if you don't have that many good runes, you might be more likely to keep a 5-star one. Oh, that's a bit unfortunate. You always get excited when you see an orange quality. I guess if the 5-star rune was at least purple quality, preferably like you probably preferred it for it to be legendary quality, then you might keep those if the substats are good. Now this could be like a decent tanky rune. Even though the speed is like ungrindable and also unupgradable, if I can get like good rolls in HP and defense, it could be like okay-ish on some units. So I'll keep that one. Even at worst, it could be a broken set as well for some sort of tank. I don't know, like arena rune or something. If I happen to use broken set. Oh, now this is a good rune. I'll keep this one for sure. See, speed slot 2, 6-star. You can't really complain about that. Because even if, like, let's say you got slot 2 speed, right, with bad substats, If it's 6 star, you probably still keep it because it's still 42 speed rune, right? When you're fully upgraded. Like, things like Bernard can still make use of it. You know, it's like units that don't necessarily need like really good substats. You know, if you're just looking for pure speed on a unit, then you can still keep that. This one I'm not gonna keep because it's like the substats not really useful with defense. Okay, I'll just do one more and I'm gonna switch to a new. Probably to change it to violent. Because actually, like, you know, this sort of came up in one of my friends' chats. Like, they were asking, you know, what would you buy? I believe it was a swift rune slot to speed type, where like there's like it's purple with 2 flat stats and 1 like unexciting stat. I think it was like attack percent or something like that. I would still keep that kind of rune just because you can use it on, you know, things like Bernard or potentially like other like swift speed units like Purian and Orion, those sort of units. Now this rune, this could be 17 crit rate, violent. It's not like amazing because it's still accuracy on the other slot, but I think this one is worth like having a look at it. Pretty much as long as if it goes double crit rate, it's like a good rune to keep. This one. See, this is like the dilemma because it's a 5 star. If this was 6 star, it's like an instant keep. Now I'm a bit unsure. I think I'll keep it just to see whether I get any speed into it. Like it could be okay, just because like it's harder to be too picky on violent because so many units use them. No, I'll sell this one. I mean that could be a potential, but really the only stats you're really looking for on that is like attack percent, and then the other stats are pretty unexciting. This is the same dilemma as the previous rune. It is a max roll on speed. If I can get double speed roll, it could be okay because it's got like a bit of resistance. 15 speed is respectable for some violent units, so I'll see how that turns out. I think anything less, like if I don't get any max rolls on it, I'll probably sell it. I'm gonna sell this one because I have a lot of slot ones. But if you don't have a lot of good slot ones, this is a potentially an okay rune because you can get 16% crit rate. That's respectable for you know, starting out. And then it really depends on how your +9 and +12 turn out. For me, I think I've got too many slot ones with crit rate already, so I'm not really looking for any at the moment, unless it was like a purple rune, I guess, or if something like that. Pretty much like most of my legend crafts today have been flat stat. That's such a shame. Another flat stat on the even slot. See, this will be a keep for probably a lot of people, just because it's got some pretty decent, you know, stats. It's got crit rate on it. It's a legend rune, but for me, I think the rolls are a bit too low, so I'm gonna sell this one. Okay, not good enough as a blue rune. Because even double attack roll, still not the greatest. I guess I'll keep this just because you can get double HP roll and that would be okay, even though it's a 5-star rune. So I'll see how that turns out. Okay, I will keep this one because it's a legend rune. It's got good substat types, yeah, crit damage, crit rate, speed. The rolls are a bit underwhelming, like the initial rolls, especially the speed one, but I have 4 chances to roll this, so this can have some potential. Okay, this is a sell. This is a pretty obvious sell. No crit rate or speed. Even though these rolls are pretty, like these, it's got all percentage stats, but for me, probably not good enough. I don't think it's good enough, at least. You know, if you're struggling for violent runes, you would probably keep that one though. No, I don't want 5-star. Okay, this is the last violent rune. Nope. That's a shame. I don't think I have any more materials to do the necro runes, so I'll try to farm for more of those first, and then come back to it. Because I prioritize violent because I have like a bigger need for them. But otherwise, I would probably craft will for the same sort of reason as why I would craft swift. So yeah, that's for the necro anyway. Alright, I'm gonna do fight runes next. I've been farming this one like the most out of the like new raids. So let's see. I think I'm not sure exactly how many I can craft, but I'll craft as many as I can, and then any spare. Oh, this is a decent one. I'll keep that one. Any spare like light essence, I think I'll have spare. I'll use it on some. Like, I think determination. Yeah. I think I farmed a little bit of water gems or whatever it's called. I'll keep this only because I want to try to roll the speed. Okay, that's a rubbish rune. Crit rate's too low, so I'm gonna sell that one. If it was max crit rate roll, I would try to roll it. Oh, this is not bad. Yeah, I'll keep this one. That's not bad. Hopefully I can roll into crit damage on the stop stat. Okay, I'm gonna sell this one. Okay, this is a very ugly rune. Another ugly rune. I feel like I haven't really kept that many this time. I think last time it was like a much better keep rate. Oh, it's accuracy. I'm gonna try to roll the speed. Actually, I guess it could be a galleon rune as well because it's got crit rate as well. Yeah, I'll see how that turns out. That's a shame that it's a 5-star. I might have kept it if it was 6-star. Oh, this is not bad. Crit damage, crit rate. So I'm pretty much hoping for that. Alright, I'll keep that one. Okay, that's a sell. Actually, I think I'm gonna run out of light essence. I'll keep this one for the speed. Okay, I'll keep this because it's got crit rate. Yeah, I'm gonna run out of the lights soon. Oh, this is a very good rune. Alright, this one's got good potential. Keep that one. Okay, maybe I didn't have as many as I thought. So I'll probably do some upgrades after this. Oh, this is a good rune. I'll keep that one. Alright, last craft. Okay, I'm gonna sell that one. Alright, let's upgrade and see how all that turns out. So did I get any swift runes? Yep. So yeah, I'll probably save up more for next time. So maybe over a couple of weeks or so. Pretty much, like I don't really have any plans to build any units like in the near future. So I'll probably just farm as hard as I can, so I can save up more crafts. I think the more crafts I can save up, the better. It's like you can see a larger sample of crafts. Okay, hopefully, actually hoping it's HP or defense. I actually don't want crit damage. So far I've gotten a double max roll on defense, and just as I said that, it rolled into crit damage. Still can be okay. If I can get like a max roll on HP or defense, then it's it's a capable rune, because it will be fairly efficient. And as usual, I'm gonna upgrade them to +9 and then evaluate whether I keep it or not. I probably won't bother upgrading it any further than that. That is like a middle roll. I guess it's okay. I think, well, I'm gonna keep it for now. If I don't end up using it on anyone, I might sell it, later on. So, because basically what I'm gonna do is I'll probably will be doing buying the rune removal pack, because I missed out on doing free rune removal because I was away and I wasn't able to actually do any changes. So, yeah. So I'll probably see if anyone will use that rune, and if not, then I'll just sell it. But I think it's okay. It's decent. It's okay for maybe like a raid unit. It's got good defense on it. It will mostly depend on how the +12 turns out though, because I believe it still needs crit rate somewhere. This is a little bit disappointing at the moment because it went HP and attack. I really wanted the crit rate. I probably will actually just sell this rune because I've already lost 2 rolls that, like now it's like maximum of 15 crit rate, and that's still not that great. Okay, that was like a pretty poor attack roll as well, so I'm gonna sell that one. Okay, this one was pretty good. I think this is gonna be a keep, regardless of how it turns out. So I'll upgrade it to +9 and see. I mean, this is already going to be like attacker type substats. Ideally, I want crit damage because I can grind attack percent anyway. But yeah, if it goes on attack, it's still fine. It's damage is damage. Doesn't really matter. I mostly just want crit damage because it's a stat you can't grind up, right? And especially for Swift Rune. You're not using rage, which boosts your crit damage, so your unit will scale off crit damage a lot more if you're using like a swift set for an attacker. Although attack still scales pretty well, obviously. So I think for non-rage sets, you probably prefer to have crit damage rolls, as long as it's a high roll, obviously. Oh, double attack roll. Okay, it's still fine. Just not as good as I would hope. I would have loved it to be double crit damage, but yeah, it's still a good rune. So now I just need crit rate. Right, I can always enchant it on, but hopefully it's going to be the +9, and then, well, it can be +9 or the +12. Accuracy. Okay, that's unfortunate. So now it will depend on how the last stat turns out. So worst case scenario, I'll just enchant crit rate onto it. That way, this will be a very good universal attacker type rune. And then if I happen to get crit rate or HP, well, basically I want HP and crit rate, right? So if I don't get either of them for the last roll, then I will enchant crit rate. If I get one of them on the last roll, so whether it's crit rate or HP, then I'll enchant the other one to overwrite the accuracy, and then I'll be a very nice rune. Alright, so let's move on to the violent upgrades. Okay, so HP, it's good universal rune. I just want upgrades in speed. Because actually I'm missing quite a lot of slot 6, so I'm more lenient on slot 6. Okay, that was very unfortunate. So now max roll will be 10 speed. I think I'll just upgrade it and see how it if it does happen to get 10 speed. It will still be respectable, just will be like not that end game. But because I don't have a lot of slot 6 H or like runes in general, I might keep it around similar to the previous, like one of the other Swift runes. If someone uses it, then great. If no one uses it, then well, I'll just sell it. Alright, so that was a pretty unfortunate. It was like a minimum roll. Okay, this one. So here I want double crit rate roll or bust, right? Any roll into accuracy just means I'm just gonna sell it. Okay, this is no longer good for me. So the reason is because now the max roll will be 11 crit rate in total, right? And that's generally, it's very hard to rune an attacker with 11 crit rate on your runes, right? You need a much higher average on crit rates for your runes. Like I aim for about 15 or higher, and in that way it's much easier to get a high crit rate or max crit rate on your units. Okay, so same sort of philosophy will go with for this one. I want either very high crit rate or high speed. Accuracy, of course, it's the one stat I didn't want. So now let's see, we can still get 20 crit rate, and that would be pretty decent, or 18 speed is still okay. So I'll do one more roll. If this roll fails, then it's pretty much a sell. That's very unfortunate since it's actually a legend violet. Of course, it's another accuracy roll. Alright, so this is no longer very good. Let's sell this one. Okay, so similar to the other one, I'm a bit more picky with the slot 2s. I have a lot more slot 2s, and also it's a 5-star, right? So I need multiple rolls in speed to make it worthwhile. Okay, that was a max roll actually. Yes, it was a max roll. So that's a good start. So this sort of rune, you can put it, you pretty much put it on like healers, things like Chasun don't mind slot 2 speed. Okay, if this can go to 14 speed, it's decent. Resistance wasn't the worst because, you know, a lot of the healers want to have good resistance as well, so that's not that bad. If it went into accuracy, I probably would have sold it. But this one, come on, 14 speed, no. Now it's a bit awkward. I think I'm gonna sell this one. Actually, no, I'll keep it around for rune removal because it's got a good resist roll now, and like a semi-decent speed roll. So yeah, similar to some of the other runes, like this one. If I can't find someone that wants to use it, then I'll just sell it later on. Okay, this rune I want double HP. Any roll to accuracy probably means I'll sell it because I got a decent amount of like slot 2 speed, which is 5-star. I don't have many 6-star ones. Even if it was 6-star, I would keep it automatically, regardless of how it rolled. But now I probably won't bother with this one. It just basically became mediocre after that. Okay, fight. Lots of fight runes here, so hopefully we can get something good out of it. Now this rune is pretty good. I pretty much want speed, but it is a max crit damage roll as well. Actually, they're both max rolls. so that's a good start. And innate crit rate's not bad, it's a good 3 stat. Okay, that was a minimum roll, so that's unfortunate, but it's 10 speed, it's not worst. It's not the worst. I can go for 16 speed now. And then that will be a good definite keep. If it goes into crit damage, it will depend on how much crit damage I get out of it. Okay, that was a bit underwhelming, but I'll keep it for now because it's I don't have a lot of fight runes, so I might be able to find someone to use it. We'll see. It's a bit unfortunate that they weren't max rolls like afterwards. It started off really well. Now it's a bit average. If you compare it to other runes that I have. Okay, the max defense roll is not the worst. So I have one more roll. Hopefully I'm looking for attack percent, and then it'll be pretty good. But I'll leave it there for now on that one. Okay, this one I thought this could be a galleon rune or something like that. Accuracy is not really used a lot on slot 6, but even with galleon, I don't know if I would put him on fight. Crit rate, okay, I guess I could live with that. Any into flat stat means I'll just automatically sell it though. So now this can still be 16 speed or like 23 crit rate. That would be pretty good too. Alright, flat stat, as I said, it is a sell now because it's basically a blue rune, and blue rune fight accuracy is probably not good enough. Okay. So now I want speed mostly, but HP wouldn't be the worst. Oh, that's a max roll for 5-star. That's not bad. A good start. So it's still 20 speed dream is still real. Okay, that was a max HP roll, so that's pretty good. Like, it's respectable. Now hoping for 15 speed, and it'll be automatic keep. Actually, I guess anything other than crit damage would make it an automatic keep. If it goes into crit damage, it's still probably okay to see whether anyone will use it, but I could definitely find someone to use it on if it goes into HP or speed. Well, speed for sure, HP probably. What, 15? Oh, alright, went to HP. It's still okay. It's a good like support type rune, so I'll keep that one. Okay, this one. This sort of rune, don't underestimate crit rate slot 4. Because it makes it easier to give your unit max crit rate if you're just looking for consistent damage. Especially if this can go into crit damage, then it will make up for not having crit damage slot 4. So using crit rate slot 4, you're trying to stack crit damage on your substats instead, right? On your other runes. Because you can still get like very similar stats to having like the standard crit damage slot 4. Like a lot of my units actually have crit rate slot 4 and still achieve like 130% plus crit damage, which is roughly what you would expect anyway. And it just makes it a lot easier to get max crit rate using this sort of rune. So that was like a. So it's slightly above average on crit damage and defense, so that's okay. And I've got like a innate attack percent, which is okay. It's a free stat. So now I'm hoping for speed and HP, and then there'll be a pretty good rune. Like, well, like it's a usable rune at least. Flat HP, that's a shame. I'll still roll it later. Like, as long as I can find an enchant for this, probably speed, then you know, it's always going to be good. So I'll keep that one around. Okay, this one I believe I said I will only like this is only really worth keeping if it goes all to speed. That's like what that's the goal of that this type of rune. Because resistance you don't really need, and it's already an attack slot 4, so that's already the sort of gimping the rune. But you can find like some units can use fight, or like slot 4 attack percent is still okay. So now it can be a maximum of 18 speed, and that will be pretty respectable. Some supports that would use, that can use attack slot 4, this could work too, like Galleon, stuff like that. So that was a miss on the speed, so that was a sell. Okay, Legend Rune. Okay, this one, obviously you're just looking for crit rate, but crit damage wouldn't be the worst. Pretty much anything other than like the flat defense or accuracy, yeah? Like, any sort of combination, I mean, like between those two stats. Ah, god damn it. I'll still upgrade it like once more, and I'm aiming for crit rate. If I can't get crit rate on this, even if it goes crit damage, I'll probably just sell it. Because with these type of runes, to make it really worthwhile, you need to have very high crit rate. Otherwise, it's very hard to make use of it. So that was like a minimum roll on crit damage. So now this rune is no longer any good to me, even if I don't have a lot of fight runes. Okay, this one. Either way, it's at worst, it's probably like it could be a raid rune, right? Even if it goes double resist, like you can put it on like an attacker, and having resist is never bad, right? Alright, so that's double crit damage by max roll, so this is already pretty good. Easy to keep it. So pretty much all I'm chasing now is crit rate, right? So I have 2 rolls at +9 and +12. Worst case scenario, you can enchant it. So it's capable until then. Oh, another crit damage roll. Unfortunately, it was minimum roll, but it's still fine. Like, it's still pretty good rune. 18% crit damage is pretty nice. And as I said, you pretty much just need crit rate, because even though it won't be a lot of crit rate, it will help sort of make it easier to put on your units once you have crit rate. As long as you can make up for it on either slot 1, 3, or 5. Those are like the typical runes where they're very easy to obtain, right? The 1, 3, and 5. So, okay, so that's a bit unfortunate, but I'll still keep it. Okay, I think this one, if it doesn't go double crit rate, it's not a good rune. Even though resist is nice for supports, the crit rate will be too low because this is a 1 3. Like, this is a slot 3, right? It's like these sort of slots where you're trying to have very high crit rate to make up for runes like that attack percent roll rune that I just rolled before. So that one, let's just sell. Okay, this is probably one of the better runes that I crafted today, and also the last rune. So here we're hoping for speed or defense, of course. Preferably at least 2 into speed would make it very nice. There we go. That's the max roll. It's a good start. It started on 5 speed. Now it's then it got a max roll to make it 11. Pretty nice. So now the maximum it can roll is 23 speed, and if I can get that, that would be amazing. If I can't, then hopefully it goes into defense percent at least. This one will be worth upgrading all the way. So this is another max roll, so now it's an automatic keep regardless, right? Doesn't matter if it goes into flat HP, I would still keep it. But hopefully it doesn't. Fingers crossed. Don't want to jinx it, but I might have already jinxed myself. But obviously I'm hoping for another speed roll, and then it'll be pretty good quality. I would say high quality. Okay, it was a bit unfortunate. It didn't go into speed, but it was a max defense roll. So now this rune's really efficient, right? This is a very nice rune. Good for like a support type unit. But good for raids. It's got defense and speed, and all the rolls are very close to like max. I'm only missing one speed and one defense, so keep that. Hopefully this last slot will be either crit rate or HP percent, and then hopefully I can enchant the the flat HP off with something else. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I can probably go for crit damage as well. That would be another good stat. Alright, so that's all the runes I've got to craft today. As I said, I'll try to try to get a bit more than what I did today. So this video will be about a bit over half an hour. I'll probably try to aim for the rune crafting videos to be about 40 to 50 minutes or so. Alright, so probably roughly like similar amount of, or slightly more crafting than I did today in the future videos. Okay. So yeah, that's pretty much it for now. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.